Jeanie, Jeanie, the colourful world of
Jeanie here. I'm talking to today about two people I know of who have very interesting lives. They are eco farmers. They're women, and they live in California. I'm not an expert in their lives, but basically, my son, who lives out there, can milk a cow or cows, and he milks their Jersey cows, I think they are, whenever they need to go away, and they call on him, and he goes and milks the cows for them. And they have run this farm in a very unusual way, it is to me. I first came across them when we went, we were going to plant a line of potatoes. And first of all, we got some buckets and a stirrer, like a stick or something. And in the buckets was water, and I think there was cow pats. And there was something to do with the phases of the moon. I'm not sure. I'm sure there was something like this. Anyway, we had to stir this round with the stick, so like 25 times or something, one way, and then we had to stir it the other way. And it was a sort of ritual that needed to be done, because this is the way they run their ecological farm. And we went along with this, and we did our stirring and counted our times, and then I think that was to water the potatoes that we put in. It was some years ago, this, so I can't remember the details, but this is like an introduction to who these ladies are. One of them does become blacksmith, and she's and the other one is a compost expert. She's a scientist, but she thought there was more to life than just being a scientist behind a desk holding test tubes, and so she wanted to do something more with her science. At one stage she was in San Francisco, and she found that there was a plot of land which was like poisoned by badly managed tipping, maybe, or something. The land was desolate, and she decided to do something about this. So she went and she got lots of green waste, and like vegetable waste, and she got a mass of this, and she kept putting it onto this plot of land, and eventually, over time, and she did this, she got permission that she was doing it off her own bat. She was a volunteer. She wasn't doing it for any other reason than that she was a scientist, and she knew that this land was dying, and she brought it to life, and she brought it to life to such a wonderful extent that they decided to employ her in that way. She did this for some time, and then she met up with this other lady who was very much into ecology, and she decided that she would like to farm compost. She was making compost. She'd been making compost with this land. She'd made such compost that everything could grow on it, and it was just a total transformation. So she went together with this her other friend, who she just met, and together they they make a farm which is ecological, and it is doing good for the environment. They make huge amount of compost, and that goes all around the local places and helps to make a wonderful, rich, composted soil for all around as well as for their farm. And one of these ladies is losing her eyesight, but she's not losing her mind, and she's a very, very thoughtful, both of them are very thoughtful people, and they're helping the environment.
The colourful world of Jeanie. Jeanie, Jeanie. The wonderful, colourful, mysterious world. The wonderful, colourful, mysterious world.